Welcome to The Abundance Journey, the show that helps spiritual entrepreneurs create an abundance mindset that accelerates revenue. Secretly, everything you experience in your life is actually abundance. Once you understand how to activate abundance, you find yourself in flow with your business and clients, so it's easy to create the revenue you want. The Abundance Journey is the only show that activates abundance for you, so you enjoy rapid results in your business. Here's your host, the Abundance Ambassador, Elaine Starling.
Hey, did you know that your body is constantly sending messages to your brain? Constantly. And you can actually change the kinds of messages that your body is sending through something called acupressure. Well, that's why I'm so incredibly excited to have Deborah Myers join me today for the Abundance Journey. Deborah is a certified acupressurist and Jin Shin Jyutsu practitioner. I'm going to let her say that later. She's able to help people get and stay healthy. In fact, since 1995, she's worked with her clients using a very light, gentle touch to reduce stress, relieve pain, and bring balance to body, mind, and spirit. Her sessions are available virtually and in person. And she founded Deborah Myers Wellness to treat, educate, inspire, and empower people of all ages to achieve balance and integrated health. Through coaching, workshops, workplace wellness programs, the Productive Mindfulness School Program, and her easy self-help acupressure animated video and books, Deborah's been helping thousands of people take charge of their own health, including me. I absolutely love and adore her daily clean your house flow process. Love it. I do it every day. Highly recommend it to everybody. Deborah, I'm so glad you're here.
And I am glad to be here too. Thank you for the invitation and the opportunity. You rock. You're so darn much fun.
I love what you're doing. I absolutely love what you're doing because it's simple body movement that I can do myself, and it changes my whole atmosphere. It changes how I show up, and it changes the kind of conversations that I have, and it changes how focused and productive I am. I mean, it's really remarkable. And that's why I'm so excited to have you on the show. But I got to ask you, what got you started on this? Because you're really passionate about helping people understand how body movement and self-touch can transform their life. What got you started here?
Well, I got introduced to energy medicine way back when in the 70s when I was in college. That's dating me, folks. And I took to it like duck to water. I was just like a sponge, eking it all in. And I was taking classes and experiencing service and receiving and getting more information and learning how to do it and but it never entered my conscious thinking how could you do that for your livelihood? So I did lots of other things. In fact, by the way, I was a probation officer back in the 70s.
Wow.
For kids. So that's it. Okay. So I've done lots of different things, worn lots of different hats, but through it all, I was consistently receiving, learning, and experiencing self-help. I was always doing my own self-help because it resonated. And thank goodness for all that, because in 1993, I was in a really bad car accident.
Ooh.
And I ended up with multiple herniated discs, and I hurt a lot. And surgery was recommended. And I said, no, I don't think so. And I went searching. I was relatively new to the area I live in now. And I went searching for someone who could offer me light, gentle touch, healing. And as I received, my body really started healing through it. And of course, I was also still always doing my self-help. And that was working even better because I was in that space of healing. And that's when the light bulb went on. Girl, you know this, just do it. So I, at that point in time, was an insurance and securities rep for a big company. And I proceeded to hang up my license, give all my business away, laid off my employees, closed, and said, okay, this is what I'm doing next. So I went into a certification program for acupressurist, kept studying. I'd always been studying, but really grabbed even more onto Jin Shin Jyutsu.
Aha, that's how you say it.
Which is an ancient form of Japanese acupressure. And there you go. I've been doing this now since 95 full time. Can't imagine not getting to do it. And it was my clients who, just a couple years into it, because I was always giving them self-care guidance. It was my clients who said, will you just teach a workshop?
Yeah.
So that was back in, I don't know, 97, 98, somewhere in there, where I said, okay, I'm going to do that too. And I started doing workplace wellness programs and ongoing workshops, and always loved teaching kids. So, hey, there you go. That's why I'm doing what I get to do.
That's really fabulous. Now, I do have to kind of bridge the gap because you're talking about acupressure. I'm talking about abundance.
Yes.
And so could you help me understand from your frame of reference, and given the kind of work that you do and the transformation you create with your clients, how would you define the kind of abundance that they can experience?
Oh, what a beautiful way to ask the question. Abundance in that framework is the experience of your body feeling all the potential it has to offer you to step into the world in a bigger way, to go from where you are to where you want to be, to know where you will be if you just give yourself the opportunity. That requires abundance. So abundance of health, abundance of energy flow, abundance of breath, abundance, which then brings other types of abundance in. You walk around in an energetically balanced body of abundance, you will more easily attract everything else you want to receive and everything else you want to offer the world. So yes, it's health, it's wellness, it's financial abundance, it's relationship abundance, because everything I offer helps physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. I can't take the piece out of the pie. So no matter what someone comes to me with as their project, I call things projects instead of problems, because projects are more fun to work with and have a beginning and an end. And as their body processes all that and moves through, then whether we're virtual or in person, the body goes there, and then it can receive and offer even more.
I love that. I so love what you're talking about. It's really interesting because I got a download from the Divine just this morning that was talking about one of the challenges that we have is we're so fixated on doing. What do I need to do next? How do I do this? What could I do to make it better? And what we forget is how you are being while you are doing is half of the piece of the puzzle. And when you are being someone who's open and receptive to receiving, you know, you're willing to get the energy moving. That's the other thing that's so interesting to me. People want something different. They want to change. They want the energy to flow. They want to feel better in their body. They want. And as soon as the energy starts to flow, they go, holy cow, what's happening? This is not business as usual. I want to cling to the old way because I know what to expect. And I know how to control that, even though it makes me feel bad. How bizarre is that? So when you can welcome that energy flowing through you, and that's truly what I believe you're doing with your programs, you're helping people be and do at the same time. And to me, that's what's so incredibly profound about what you're doing.
Thank you so much. And guess what? If I didn't do my own energy balancing and my own daily clean your house flow on a consistent basis, I'd be in the same pickle. In fact, I'm oftentimes there. I'm human, walking around in a human body. And there are so many moments of time that I go, I just need more clarity. Or all of a sudden I realize, okay, I'm touching points. I'm getting a message here. My body's searching for, and that helps me get from where I am to where I want to be.
I love that. I love that. There's so much power and knowledge in your body, and being able to access that information is incredible. But I got to ask you something, Deborah, because one of the biggest challenges I think we all face is we don't know what we don't know. Right? We're just going through life as usual. And something happens and we go, oh, I really need to check out Deborah Myers Wellness. Oh, if only I knew. What is a sign? What is a symptom that people typically have before they work with you so that they know, oh, I got to be checking on this acupressure thing?
Okay. Well, oftentimes it's physically related because people more oftentimes recognize the physical symptoms, the sensations that they're not in comfort, that they might even be in pain, that there's chronic stuff going on, whatever. So oftentimes that's an issue where the body just is always talking to them, getting their attention, whether it's a headache or whether it's, reproductive issues, hormonal issues, whether it's clarity and focus, whether it's losing touch, whether it's fuzzy brain. Okay. Not having the clarity and focus that you really are wanting to be able to address what you want to address and be productive about and creative about, and with understanding and compassion for self as much as for who you are serving. Hello, we need to serve ourselves before we can serve anybody else. And so it's always, and then the other piece is being in breath. If all of a sudden you find that, oh, where's my breath? Where's the tightness? How come I'm feeling so tight? Or that feeling connected. That's another symptom. Feeling just disconnected and unaware, or not able to listen, not able to understand and comprehend not only what someone else is relaying to you, but even understanding yourself. Where all of a sudden you recognize, I am in touch. I'm not understanding. I'm not comprehending. And again, a big one is just feeling stuck.
Yeah.
Not feeling, or how about this one? Feeling like you're in your own way.
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
do that a lot?
Oh, yeah. I can totally relate to that.
Well,
absolutely. But it also brings up the next question, because this is really key. One of the things that I've noticed, and we are talking about body, but I mean this in a slightly different way. There's always something that has to shift inside before we experience a transition, a transformation on the outside. And that is more of a mental outlook, more of a willingness, a shift. What is that shift that you've noticed your clients have to be willing to make, or they're not going to see the results they want?
Good one. It's to be in a state of recognition of what they're searching for, at least subconsciously, being open to that, recognition, acknowledgement, and then allowing and welcoming that, hey, this is an energy that I am searching for. This is a healing, a change I'm searching for. It's recognizing the words, I want to change. I want to change. I want a difference to be recognized by me and by my body. And then by how I am in the world, how I spend my days, how about this one? How I spend time talking to myself.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kind to yourself? I mean, there's times I recognize, well, that was being pretty mean to yourself, Deborah Myers. Hello. What is like in your face is when you hear that from someone else. And it's like, okay, it's time to be more aware. When someone else shares with you, you're not being very kind to yourself right now.
Well, it's always easier to see when somebody else is being unkind to themselves. And then it's a good reminder to go, oh, yeah, am I being kind to myself? I need to, this is a reflection. This is a mirror back to me, a reminder to me.
Exactly.
I need to really think about, how I'm showing up.
And in and of itself, that is a space of being aware, being ready to hear the messages, even if they come from somebody else's mouth and not necessarily from your body trying to get your attention.
And, part of what I love, and it's that I want to change message, and then commitment to
Yes.
me is what comes next. Because
Yes.
I want to change, and I'm going to sit on the couch and eat bonbons, but the world should just like totally open up for me.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
Yeah. And thank you for that, because in that moment of saying, yes, I am committed, and that is the beautiful phrase for it, is then we then can give ourselves the opportunities to make choices.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, for instance, the daily clean your house flow comes in. Because that, if I may be so bold, is a very simple, easy way to spend anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes or more if you want to be in your body and allow that. It's a very simple 9-step self-help acupressure flow that helps your body feel the state of balance and harmony. Give yourself that opportunity, and all of a sudden you have a firm foundation. And from there, everything else changes up. That's what I started doing for myself years ago. And I assure you that I do the daily flow at least twice a day. There's no such thing as too much self-help, gang.
Yeah.
So do whatever you do as often as you contemplate it. Get out of your own way and give yourself the time. And the way I like saying it, Elaine, is we walk around with these things called fingertips 24/7. Pull them out of your pockets and make use of them. Utilize the fingertips to place on your body where the acupressure points are. Help the body feel that state of balancing, of the points actually talking to each other. Feeling that experience, and then all of a sudden, guess what you get to do? You get to get out of your way even more.
Yeah.
So number one, you made the commitment, and now you're making additional commitments to yourself because you're out of your own way to hear what the messages are about who you want to be.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And it's also a really great lead into the free gift you were talking about.
Yes.
Everybody. It's going to be a shocker. Guess what she's going to offer you?
The daily clean your house flow.
Yeah. I begged and pleaded for Deborah to make that available to you, because I've been using this daily clean your house flow every day since I met Deborah and she told me about it. Oh my gosh, what a difference. It's subtle, but it's amazing. Over time, I've really noticed how I'm showing up in a different way. Who I am being is much more aligned with what I'm doing. And so I'm getting more results. I'm more in flow. And honestly, the guidance that I'm receiving is just perfect timing. It's try it for yourself, because it's really going to make a massive difference. And I'll make sure that the link to the Clean Your House Daily Flow is in the show notes so you can access that. But honestly, sign up and do it every day.
Right.
Twice a day is really good.
Yeah. And additionally, folks can also go to my website, deborahmyerswellness.com, and in the Getting Connected button, you just click on there and it gives you the opportunity to put in your name and email address, and you will have access to the daily Clean Your House flow. Again, it's an easy 9-step self-help acupressure flow. And guess what it comes as? An animated video.
I love that video. And the timing is perfect because you're supposed to breathe slowly through the video. And it's really cute because, as you're describing each one of the different techniques and what to do, it's the perfect amount of time for just the right number of breaths. And then you move on to the next one. And I just love the video. It's simple. It's easy. Sorry.
Awesome.
I know I could go on and on.
I know you could, and I love it. I love it that you want to. So, and the reason, folks, it became an animated video is I wrote that 9-step self-help acupressure flow 23 years ago, maybe. And I was teaching it to all my clients, all my students. It utilizes Jin Shin Jyutsu points as well as a few other, and it just became a process. And yes, people do it for 5 minutes or 10 or 15, or it becomes a full meditation. So could be longer. And I had teachers who were my clients who were taking my workshops and then took what I was teaching them, predominantly the daily clean your house flow because it's so simple, and taking it into the classroom. They were noticing such a difference with a whole classroom, individually and as a group, 25 kids maybe, right? Noticing such magnificent changes take place. They came to me and said, would you just do a real program? And they were just following along with the 9 steps, right? Well, I said, I started creating something. And then one of my clients, who's a phenomenal artist, heard what I was up to and said, let's create an animated video.
Oh.
And that's how the animated video came to be. And it was up on my website in conjunction with my copies of my 3 books I've written to go along with it. They're guide books, if you will, to describe even further about the 9 steps and all you get to receive as part of it, because it really goes into it. And then March 2020 hit. And I was because it was a paid for item. It was the video and the copy of the ebook of your choice for this certain amount of money. And I had a full e-commerce site to allow that to happen. March 2020 hit. I called up my marketing folks and said, this has to be made available to everybody. Every kid, every family, any parent who's also trying to be a teacher, any teacher who's trying to figure out how to teach better, any business owner, any healthcare provider, it has to be available. So I just put it up on my website as a free offering, as my gift. And
That is so generous.
It's been there.
Deborah, one of the things that makes the abundance journey a little bit different is we always turn the table on our guests because we know that when we give and support you is when we receive even more. So what could we do that would really help you?
Oh, thanks for that question. Feel it in my heart. Thank you. Watch and experience the daily clean your house flow. Do it, follow along, do the steps, feel it, make use of your fingertips. Maybe you'll even start feeling the pulse underneath your fingertips. Give yourself the time. And as you're experiencing it, see what your body feels like. And then, if you would be so kind to let me know what you think. There's opportunities on my website to do that. If you go to the Self-Help Acupressure page, there's plugins there where you can say, this is what I want.
That is fabulous.
And if you'll do that for me and let me know what you think, or just reach out and send an email to Deborah@DeborahMyersWellness.com and say, what you're feeling. If you want something more, let me know. How do I know what to give you unless you ask me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's be on this in a kind of like a game of reciprocity so that we can all find ways to be more grounded, more centered, more in our breath. And by the way, a way to really discover how the changes are happening and how your body's experiencing is before you start doing the daily clean your house flow initially. Place your hands on your tummy, for instance, and just feel your breath. Feel how you are with your inhale and your exhale. Get a read on your body. Then come up to your diaphragm, do the same thing. Come up to your chest, do the same thing. Couple good breaths. Feel how your body experiences the breath, the inhale and the exhale. Then do the daily clean your house flow. In fact, I'm willing to bet that with the very first step of the daily flow, which, as you know, Lane, is simply giving yourself a hug. And there's no right because there's no wrong. Just hold each one for a couple good breaths, light, gentle touch. And when you're in this area, I'm going to tilt anywhere from your elbows on up. There's no wrong. Breathe into that and feel how immediately, automatically, your body experiences a deeper breath. The very first step starts helping make the difference because where breath opens, energy follows. Where energy's flowing, breath follows. Then the very next step is to sit on your hands. Bring that breath into every cell of your being. And I know that sounds really silly, but that energy balance point at your sit bones is all about bringing it into a state of alignment so you can connect with consciousness and awareness, with higher consciousness, with divine, with the information your body wants to give you. Give yourself
Absolutely.
the opportunity.
You know, Deborah, one of the things that I think is really incredible and really powerful are the books that you've written. And I have not ordered one yet, and I'm going to get on that right away. I want to order one because of something that you said about how it goes into more detail about what you can receive with each one of the different moves. And I want to point out to people, I always talk about intention and attention. Intention is how you want to feel. Now, the biggest mistake that people make is they think they have to be in charge of all of that they have to handle it all, they have to figure it all out, they have to be in control of everything. No. You're putting an order into the universe when you make your intention clear. And by reading that book and saying, okay, with this move, I'm immediately going to feel my breath deepen. I'm going to feel my body relax. Here are all the different things that I can receive if I choose to by doing this move. And that's setting my intention. I don't have to understand how it shows up. I just have to do the intention and then put my attention on, holy cow, I'm breathing deeper. Check it out. I feel more relaxed.
Right. In fact, when you read the book, you'll discover that there are bunches, and you can find it the link on my website for the Amazon link to the pages for each of the 3 books, and that's on the Self-Help Acupressure page as well. Within the book are bunches of testimonials from people who are saying, this is what I experienced.
Yeah. It's so helpful. It's so incredible. Deborah, I cannot thank you enough for joining us today. I mean, you're one of my heroes, honestly, because you're helping us become whole again. You're helping us hear the messages of our bodies and tune our bodies so that we're actually receiving more than ever before and putting us into that space of abundance. So thank you for being here today. I so appreciate you.
And remember, folks, this works for all ages. So start with your kids early on and show them and have them show you, because they're ready to do it. It works. Yeah.
That's so cool. Thank you, Deborah. I really appreciate being here. And I want everybody to stay tuned because I'm going to activate abundance in just a minute. So are you ready to activate abundance in every single area of your life? Well, you can get in flow with your business and your clients. It's as easy as you can imagine to create the kind of revenue you really want in your business. You can join me for the Abundance Journey 6-week training and coaching program that help you turn your problems into prosperity. Just visit theabundancejourney.com to sign up for our next adventure. You see why I wanted to chat with Deborah? She's amazing, the stuff that she's doing. And I was trying to be surreptitious in taking my notes because everything that she says is so right on the money. But there was a particular thing that she said that just hit home for me. And so that's what I'm going to activate abundance around. Now, you know, the 5 steps. We start with gratitude. How cool that there's a master out there who really understands how you can connect your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, everything all in one with some simple body movements. I mean, in 5 minutes every day, doing the daily clean your house flow, you can totally transform yourself. I'm super grateful. I don't know about you, but wow. And now your energy is connected to Deborah's energy and my energy. We're naturally high vibe people. So, hey, we're going to lift you up with us. That rising tide lifts all boats, and you're swimming with us now. So that's a lot to be grateful for. Step 2, acknowledge something you heard that totally was presented in a new way that just really resonated for you. For me, I heard a really simple 3-step process that Deborah was talking about, and it just, boom, opened up for me. Step 1, I want something to change. I mean, how often have you felt that? Like your back is bugging you and you're thinking, man, I would really like that to change, right? So first, acknowledging out loud that you want something to change is huge. Secondly, commit, because that desire for change is asking you to make a new commitment. And that is, my back isn't going to hurt anymore. That's my new commitment. That's my intention. And remember, you don't have to have all the answers. You have to have a clear intention. And when you have the clear intention, then you're open to all the choices that start showing up for you. Step 3 that she was talking about was the choices. And you can make a smart choice on what you want to do. So I want to acknowledge that 3-step process that Deborah just shared with us. Now, the third step of the Activate Abundance process is to appreciate the difference it can make in my life. It's really huge to understand that I can really quickly make a difference in my life. When I use that 3-step process, I want something to change. I'm making a commitment, my intention on what I want to be the new reality. And third, I'm open to making the choices, finding out what choices I have that will honor that commitment, honor that intention. When I do that, I'm in flow with the divine. All of a sudden, things start flowing to me and things start opening up for me. And part of what I love about what Deborah does is her daily clean the house flow process. Simple 9-step process. It takes about 5 minutes to do. Deep breathing, simple moves that connect your mind, body, spirit, and emotions so that you show up in the fullness of who you are. That's really powerful. I've already experienced a huge shift in how I show up just by doing this every day. And so I would recommend that that's one of the choices you make. Just a little word to the wise, this is something you might want to do. So I really appreciate that she's already compacted everything into a really simple process that can change everything for me. That's huge. Okay, step 4 is to activate abundance. And there are 2 different ways you can do that. The first way is you can pull out your calendar and you can actually schedule, this is what I'm going to do, the daily clean your house flow every single day, because it's going to make a difference for me. And I do this in the morning. It's a really great way for me to start my morning before I do a meeting. It's also a great pick-me-up in the afternoon because it just helps me settle after lunch and integrate so that I'm ready to go again. So those are the 2 times that I really love to do this process, but you pick what works for you and put it on your calendar so you make sure you do it. The second way that you can activate abundance is to create a trigger in your mind. So every time you start to feel a little stuck or a little frustrated or something's just not flowing for you, somehow you've gotten your body and your mind disconnected a little bit. There's a little out of alignment thing going on there. So that's a great trigger to remind you, you know what? I might want to do 5 minutes of daily clean your house flow so I can integrate again and I can be ready to go again. I can be complete and whole and full and ready to take action. Okay. So those are the 2 different ways that you can activate abundance. Step 5, celebrate your progress. I know you haven't done the procedure yet, but you've witnessed people who have. And it freaking rocks. It's so easy to do and it's fun, that cute little animated video. And it really makes a difference in your life. It's so fast, it's so fun, and it's a really great thing for you to share with everybody you know. I mean, I highly recommend that you talk about the kind of transformation that you're seeing and how your intentions are now naturally materializing and the choices that you're making. You'll start to see the perfect answers show up for you at the perfect time when you do that 3-step. I want something to change. I'm making a commitment with my intention of what I want my new reality to be. And now there are all these choices showing up for me, and I'm taking action to realize my intention. Oh man, you're in the catbird seat. This is the beginning of everything you want in your life. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so grateful that you were able to join us today for the Activate Abundance section and for the Abundance Journey. definitely take the time to check out DeborahMyersWellness.com. And I will look forward to seeing you for the next Abundance Journey.
You've been listening to The Abundance Journey Show with Elaine Starling. Visit theabundancejourney.com/podcast gifts to access today's gift, as well as gifts from our other guests. Tune in every week to activate abundance in your life and business. If something resonated with you, please share it with your friends so they can benefit too. Keep activating abundance, and we'll see you in the next episode.